Hi, my name's Dave Hadfield, and the mission today is to fly this Westland Lysander from Rockcliffe, Ontario, Canada to Gatineau, Quebec. It's been 3 years since I've flown this one, and they never made any with dual controls, so I've studied and prepared and now climb in and go. The Lysander doesn't have a constant speed propeller, just 2 positions, so I select course, check that it cycles, do a mag check, and as I taxi away I watch the brake air pressure. These are pneumatic brakes, and it's really easy to run the pressure down, and if you do that, you can't turn. The other big gotcha in a Lysander is the elevator trim. It must be set correctly for takeoff because the elevators don't have enough pitch control authority to control the airplane. And you must have the added authority of the horizontal stabilizer, which is moved by a big trim wheel by my left hip. Anyway, checks are complete, so line up, straighten out, and power up to about 2.5 pounds of boost for takeoff. So we're nicely airborne, and no matter how many times you reach for the gear retraction handle, you won't find it. It's a gorgeous autumn day, and I do have to reacquaint myself with the aircraft. So I fly east of Ottawa over the open fields. The visibility from the Lysander is superb. The fall colors are perfect. The Lysander does these big, wide, lazy 8s beautifully. It's hot in the cockpit of a Lysander, but the side windows adjust up and down and fore and aft. The Westland Aircraft Company put the fuel gauge, which is a float type, behind the pilot's left shoulder. And once upon a time, I could probably turn my head that far, but not now. I suppose it's possible to fly high in a Lysander, but really, why would you? As the speed comes back through about 110 miles an hour, the slats come out, and the flaps may start to extend, and you have no control over either one. Okay, time to head back to Gatineau where the aircraft will be stored, so we call up ATC and arrange our flight to cross the airfield, where I have to maneuver a bit to follow a katana, which is often the case here at Gatineau. I've got the speed back to 80, and you can see the slats are well out. And the katana flies a circuit big enough for a Boeing 777, so I'm way long on final. I don't really like dragging it in. My preference with the Lysander is a 3-point landing from an 80 miles an hour approach speed. So at a commit point of about 200 feet above the ground, I hold the stick rigidly and start winding the trim back. Well, maybe that was a bit too rigidly. But once it's on the ground, the Lysander's forgiving. Not squirrely, not dodgy at all. And though I shouldn't be playing with the windows at this point, it is hot. Here you can see the slats fully extended, which happened during the flare. And the flaps are fully out too. Now comes the tricky part of the Lysander operation, ground maneuvering. The brakes were bad in World War II, they're bad now, they're bad no matter what we do to them. But the airplane is an honor and privilege to fly, so we make it work.
At last, I'm back. At last, I'm back on track.